Hi my friends, today we model this part which is called housing with wings, and you see all the faces up and down. An interesting part for us to model by using this drawing, which I hope has all the dimensions, not like in my previous tutorial when I forgot to place a dimension of 71, but you can recover by downloading the drawing using the procedure presented in my tutorial number 187. So, what do we see here? We see that the part is made of steel. We see that undimensioned contour radii are radius 3. For instance, this or this all, and so on. These two. We see that there are some interesting contours in the flat pattern, which are bended to obtain this 3D object. Good. Let's start. Firstly, we create this back face with these dimensions 80 on 100 and with a cut here. You have all dimensions here, so we can go to create our new model. XY plane, rectangle, lines, trim. Look here now, I press the left button here and I go and cut two segments. Now I place the first dimension, and because this is placed here in a fixed point, the origin, when I dimension this with 30, everything will scale. Look. Now 16, 80, not 80, 100 here, and 80 on the other side. The cut is simple. If you think that drawing this arc is not complicated. Yes, you see tangent, tangent, perpendicular and vertical. Dimensions. In the drawing, you'll see that this is 30, this is 18, the distance between the center of arc to this vertical is 17, the radius is 6, and this angle is 75 degrees. 75. Good. We split now this line and this point and this point, and we apply construction for this segment. Why? To maintain the collinearity here. I don't like 105 because this is not in the drawing, so I place here 75. Good. Finished sketch. The thickness is 1.5. Unique for all the parts. Never you can create a 3D sheet metal part with more than one unique thickness. So let's apply sheet metal defaults, disable use thickness from rule, and place here 1.5. Now if we take a look at the parameters of this part, we place these dimensions, and here are automatically placed the data for sheet metal construction. The thickness is the most important variable, 1.5 millimeters. We'll use its symbol in our construction. Done. Face. Okay. We have the first volume. Now we change the presentation. You know the procedure. We want to see the part from this angle, like here, like here. So we selected this corner, right click on it, set current view as home, fit to view. You don't see this, but you know. Okay. Now we create this flange, this one, which is 16 the length, 13 the offset, and 12 the width. We make this by invoking the tool flange, selecting this edge, placing here the length of 16. You see the name here is height extends. Okay, height extends. Then we select width with offset. Width is 12 and the offset is 13, but we have to select the point for measuring this 13, the other direction, and okay. This flange is continued with this small flange, which is 14 measured from up, and the same width. Nothing simpler, because we have the edge, we place here 14, and that's all. Okay, as you can see, we measure with the tool measure, which has M as the shortcut. So we apply M, F6, we measure from this face to this back line, 16, and also from the face to this line 14. Good. Now we go further with this contour. You see this one, which is the necessary closed area for creating a face from the back. So we look to these dimensions: 48 degrees, 36 degrees, radius 6, 30, 10, 17, 32 from this line, not from outside. 32. And radius 2 is here. Okay. We turn the part to select this face for creating a sketch. Yes, but we want to see from up. Yes, like this. F7, and we create the contour line from here. Click on the left button, go somewhere here, and then a line, another line, longer than the other, to here, and now I keep pressed the mouse button to select this point. Good. I don't see here a tangent mark, so I apply tangent between these two. I move this center because I want to place it right on this end line, from here to be here. And now dimensions. Angles first. 48, 36, radius 6, distance from the inside of 32, then radius 16 here, distance of 17 from here, 17, and distance of 30 is here. 30. Good. Fillet with radius 2, which is by default, and another circle here with a diameter of 6. Escape and fully constrain. Finish sketch. Now you know which is the presentation. We apply face, this face to the part. OK, F6. Now we want to create this feature, which is a face. Dimensions are here: 3, radius 20, radius 6, 24, and this distance 1.5 from in the cut. Let's do this. We rotate the part, we select this face for a new sketch, but not in this position, but this. F7, line, keep pressed the left button and obtain a tangent, another tangent, another tangent, and we go back right here. We place this center on the bottom line. The distance here, as I said, is not a value 1.5 but a parameter, the thickness. The other dimensions, 3, radius 3, radius 20, and 6. Don't forget the 24, bottom line. Fully constrained. Finish sketch. F6. Now we apply face for this, but the other direction. Okay. This is the feature. Next is this small flange, which is dimensioned here 10 millimeters with the width of the previous termination, this one. Good. Flange 10. Okay. The next is this bottom flange, this one, which has only 2 dimensions, 75 and R6, because the end is here and this face is aligned with this face. Yes, they are, because we don't have another dimension instead of 32. 75, radius 6. We turn back the part, we select the face, and we create a new sketch. F6. The sketch is very simple. F7. Line from this point arc horizontal to that end and to that end. 75. Radius 6. F7. Project geometry, this geometry, and collinear our line with this line. Good. Finish sketch. F6. Face. Oh, up is the direction. Okay. We continue with this flange, which is dimensioned here 20, 15, and we'll create a chamfer here 6 of 45. Flange, considering this edge at a distance of 20, but we deal with the width, offset, dimensions are 15 and 0. From where? From the right, from here, but the other direction. Okay. Now corner chamfer of 6 by default. Okay. Now I think we can apply radius or fillets of 3 millimeters all over. This two, these two, also here and here, and these are also 3 since they are not placed explicitly. All of them. This is not in my list. Okay. Corner round of 3, not 6. Select. We select a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, okay. F6. We continue with the flange here. You see it here. Yes, this one, but let's take a look at the part. You see, I want to create this flange and then we continue up, but now this is the target, to create this flange. What are the dimensions? Dimensions are here. This 32 is the height, and 31.9 is from this face to this face, because there is a gap here, as we also met in the past. Good. Flange this end on a distance of 31.9 and with offset width of 32 with offset 0 from the bottom. And this is okay. Now we create a face up here to meet this contour. You see, this is the construction which ends here. Okay. Sketch F5 to go back with our vision, and we create a rectangle like this with coincident this line with this point, and we project this edge as a point. Why? To make coincident this with a point. You see the point? That is the point. Okay. Face direction to the right, yes, okay. And we have the continuation. Then we have to create another face, this one, which has a dimension of 36. No problem, because this is a flange with 36. Okay. Next is a continuation of the face with this. What dimensions? 12 and must be this 12. Yes, 12 on 12. We select this face, we draw a rectangle 12 on 12, 12 tab 12. Then finish sketch, face down, okay. Then we have another flange, which is this one with 60 degrees angle. Good. The length is 30. It starts from this point, this edge. Flange, not up, the other direction. Yes, the length of 30, the angle of 60, no, 180 minus 60. Yes, we know that here is an angle of 60, so we use this expression. Okay, we see that this has a radius of 6, corner round, so let's apply corner round of 6, not 3. Select the pencil here and select the edge. Okay. Now all the faces, flanges are finished. We have to place holes. Let's see the drawing. Holes of 3 millimeters are here on the last flange, and 3 holes of 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's start with this one because we are just finished that flange. 5, 18, diameter of 3. We select the face, we place a point on the face, dimension of 18 from the bottom end, distance of 5, and hole of 3, but not through. You see what means through? It goes through the part. So we select to something, and that something is this face. Okay, now you see the hole is only here, not through the part. This one and this one are on the same level. Yes, so let's continue with it. Dimensions are 6 on 7. This is in the mid point, and this is at 6. Good. We place a point somewhere here and here. This must be on the same vertical with the midpoint, and at the same horizontal with this one, at the distance of 7, both 7, and here is 6. That's all. Finish sketch. Hole also 3 millimeters, but the end is on this face. Let me select this to select the face, and everything will be okay. The other hole of 3 is here. What are the dimensions? Dimension is 6 from bottom and in the midplane of the flange. Point vertical with the midpoint and the distance of 6 is here. Finish sketch. Hole 3. Select this arrow and point on the face. Okay, F6. Other holes are this 4 holes of 6. Dimensions are 10 from the left, 44. These two are on the same horizontal at 12. And distance of 6 from the left, and on the same vertical this with this. We place 4 points and we add dimensions. Yes, Let's do this face, points, 1, 2, 3, 4. The same horizontal between these two and separately between these two. Same vertical between these two. Good. Dimensions. This is 10. No, 6. This is 6. This distance is 44 between these two. And escape to move this to the right, because I have to place here the dimension of 10. Here is 10, up is 6. And distance from up is also 10. And distance from bottom is 12. Now we have fully constrained. Finish sketch. Dimensions are 6 holes of 6. So I change the 3 with 6 and through, because nothing is behind this holes. Yes? Okay. Other holes, where are they? Well, they are here and here. Dimensions, diameters, 2 holes of 8. This is a 36 from this up face, not bottom, 36, and in the mid of this. Yes, if we don't have any, let me extend this line to make it visible that we have to place on the mid of this face. Good. Face. Dimensions of 36 around this face, but I have to project this line here. Yes, project this line and use it to place a point and a dimension. Dimension from this line to the point is 36. You have to be careful with such kind of problems, because if you do this wrong, the part will be compromised. Vertical with the midpoint of this line. Finish sketch. Hole through of 8, not 6, 8. Okay. The other is placed somewhere here. You see this one, which is placed at 32 with 15. 15 from the end of the flange and 32 from outside. This is the face, sketch, point here, and the dimensions 32 from outside, 32, and F7 to see inside, and 15 from this, yes, 15 from this. Finish sketch, hold, 8 through, okay. Well, this is the part, my friends. Let me apply steel carbon and steel polished to be like in the model. What is the volume? I properties, physical, update. Let's copy it from here. Copy, and we go to the drawing, double click and enter, paste. What you see? After this struggle with the computer and with our minds, we have the same value here. Try to respect always the drawing. Of course, if this hole is here, the volume is the same, yes? Mistakes are always possible, but I suppose that this is okay. Good. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.